Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, hello there, I'm Degen. This is Marvel Heroes, all things Spider-Man 2.0. In this video, we're going to show off a bunch of Spider-Man's costumes, talk about his synergies, show off a sweet Spider-Man build, show Spider-Man in action in Cosmic Terminals to show that he is very viable, and just to show off the pure awesomeness of the new and improved Spider-Man. We'll start off showing the costumes off, and be sure to let me know in the comments below what your favorite Spider-Man costume is. Spider-Man modern costume, Spider-Man classic costume, Spider-Man Scarlet Spider costume, Spider-Man sensational costume, Spider-Man big time costume, Spider-Man big time green variant, Spider-Man future foundation, Spider-Man symbiote costume, and the newer ones to me now, Spider-Man amazing Bagman costume. Kick me! Spider-Man Ends of the Earth costume. Spider-Man Superior Spider-Man costume. And finally, the newest and for only a limited time, Spider-Man Back in Black costume. Moving on to my build. I maxed out Spidey Pummel. Maxed out Amazing Smash the Signature. I maxed out Spider to the Fly, and I maxed out Spider Brawl. That's it for oh, also put 1 point into Web Swing Attack, because that is Spider-Man's CC break. So that way you won't get caught up in stun and stuff like that. I maxed out Constrictive Webbing. I only have 1 point in Web Spray. I didn't max this out. I just went for the 1 point in it, even though I spam it a lot. But I feel like 1 point versus maxed, as far as what the power actually does, is not a huge deal. So this is a 1 pointer for me. I have 1 point in Agile Attack. This is a mobility. You could also use some other stuff for mobility if you want, like, I don't know, web zipline or web swinging. Or you could use a Ziggurat of Cargul. But I like this because it gives you the attack speed. And the movement speed is nice when you're in the middle of a fight, too. When you're rope-a-doping enemies and all that kind of stuff. I max out Leaping Assault. So you'll see this is one of my main attacks that I'm using all the time. Every time it's off cooldown. It is a 4-second cooldown now, but it does a lot of damage. Also, keep in mind that Leaping Assault is actually tagged as a ranged power. So that will tag the enemies, and that will trigger Constrictive Webbing and Spider to the Fly. So you don't necessarily have to be spamming your web spray to get this effect on everything, as long as you are Leaping Assaulting all over the place. I don't know. I have 1 point in Web Shield, and that seems to get the job done. I mean, it's at 9 from gear. Yeah, it gives me the defense. It regenerates some health, lasts for 15 seconds. I have 1 point in Superior Agility. This is good because, you know, it increases your damage and has that damage negated by 10% buff. Web Swinging, I don't really ever use it. I put 1 point into Web Swinging because, you know, every iconic Spider-Man has to have web swinging. That is Spider-Man, is it not? So we need some web swinging. I don't really have it anywhere, but if I ever wanted to use it, you don't have to put the point in web swinging if you don't want to use it, but it is handy for certain things, like, you know, getting over certain pits and stuff like that. And then I just put all the rest of my excess points that I had left over into Spider Sense. This has evade 8% chance to completely evade damage from an attack. So this evade basically works how dodge used to work. So that's actually really good. When you get that proc, you'll take no damage. It's pretty sweet. Then you also get the dodge and projectile evasion chance. So for these extra points that I put in this, though, you don't necessarily have to put them in Spider Sense if you don't want. If you're doing this build, really, I just threw them in there to throw them in there. I've also thought about putting those 4 extra points I have in the Web Shield, maybe, or even possibly Superior Agility, or even Web Spray. But really, you can take those 4 points and do whatever you want with them. You can put them in anything. They're not as important, but make sure you always have 1 point in this, so yeah. As for the gear, I don't have, like, his best in slot for many of the slots, if any of them, to be honest, but what I have seems to work. I'll just get right into that now. I have Horizon Lab Web Shooters, Iron Spider Breastplate, Spider Bots, Black Boots of Martial Prowess, Shadowed Mask of Cain. Those are all Spider-Man's, like, basic. He has some other uniques for some of these slots, but this is what I'm rolling with for now. I might switch it up sometime, but I don't know. This is what I have in there for right now. Cosmic Ring. This was, I don't know, the best Cosmic Ring I could find for him, really. There's probably way better Cosmic Rings out there, but this is the best I got so far. Cosmic Rings are pretty good. You don't have to have the Cosmic. You can find them in Epic Ring if that's all you can find, whatever. For Rune Word, I have Lunar Eclipse, and that's in the Physical Attacks Uru Forged item. The rarest rune I believe in Lunar Eclipse is a Moon rune. Everything else is fairly common, I think. So I have a Blessed Pimp Shrinking Serum with Blessing of Frandil. A Blessed Advanced Super Soldier Serum with Blessing of Hela. A Blessed Advanced Crimson Crystal of Sidorak with Blessing of Hela. And a Blessed Advanced Metasensory Array with Blessing of Frandil. I decided to go 2 with Hela, 2 with Frandil. I might change that up at some point in time, but for now, that's what I decided to try out. You know, give him a little bit of survivability along with some DPS and that kind of thing. The medallion I'm rolling with is actually this. I change my medallion a lot. My current medallion and favorite of the moment is Madame Hydra medallion. You and nearby friendly players gain 593 damage rating, and you get that bubble, of course. It would be sweet if I could find a good cosmic version of this, but this is all I got for now. But really, medallion, there's plenty of different options you can use for medallion on Spider-Man. This is what I'm using currently, but that's it. For relics, I'm using Relic of Lemuria. And for legendary, I have an Excalibur on him. Now, some people might use a Gungnir. That's perfectly fine too, I'm sure. I wanted the little bit of survivability this thing will give, plus this does add to his DPS as well, so I went for that. It's pretty good. As far as costume affixes go, I never really went to re-rolling these, so I definitely don't have like best in slot costume affixes or core really. I just have damage rating against targets that are attacking you, which is pretty good for solo. If you're in a group, it might not be as efficient, but when you're soloing, that's great. Damage rating, attack speed. Like I said, I've never really wanted to re-roll. I didn't feel like spending the credits or whatever. Either way, you can do it however you want. And then for the core, I just have a rare item find core with 1 strength and 1 fighting skill. There's probably much better cores, but this is what I'm rolling with. My insignia is Insignia of Spider-Woman. So this one gives me 1,445 health along with 298 crit rating. That's pretty good. It's probably one of the better insignias I've found. So I decided to pop that on him. And that's about it for the build. Real quick, these are the synergies that I have on for Spider-Man. Cable, Colossus, Daredevil, Deadpool, Gambit, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Nightcrawler, and Wolverine. Now I also have the Spider-Man synergy on himself, and there have been some changes to this synergy. If you're wondering, there's actually 2% dodge at level 25 and 2% dodge at level 50 now, for a total of 4% dodge. So this is Spider-Man Synergy. Alright, and now we're in a Cosmic Terminal. This is just showing off how Spider-Man's actually pretty much a powerhouse. I mean, I'm soloing in Cosmic Terminal here against elites, blues, yellows, whatever, with a fair amount of ease. Now, you'll see him spamming Web Spray all the time, and Leaping Assault. Now, Web Spray is important because it tags the enemy with slow, their attack and movement speed, as well as vulnerability. So they'll take 10% extra damage while they are in, while they're under the effect of Web Spray. That's why I only have 1 point in it, although it's much higher because a lot of gear adds to it. Now, Leaping Assault just does a ton of damage, but what it has in common with Web Spray is they're both tagged as ranged powers. So they both trigger Spider to the Fly, and they both trigger Constrictive Webbing. So you want to be spamming Web Spray and Leaping Assault as much as you can, and then, just throwing in Amazing Uppercuts, Spidey Pummels, and whenever you can, use the signature Amazing Smash. Now, right here, this is actually Curse. So this is the boss of the Cosmic Terminal, and you'll see we'll be able to kill him right now without dying at all. And it's a Cosmic, so this is as hard as it gets for the most part, aside from maybe like X defense and stuff like that. So for now, this is the cream of the crop. So the fact that I'm able to handle this so easily with Spider-Man really puts Spider-Man up there on my list. Even some of my other main type heroes, they don't handle this as well. Like, I'll randomly get one shot here and there, and I'll just get caught off guard by something. But Spider-Man, as you can see, I'm jumping around, I'm dodging a lot of stuff. So you have to be very careful about what hits you, but with the right survivability and everything, even if you do get hit, you won't necessarily get killed in one shot. And anyways, yeah, just spamming AoE, spamming all your DPS as much as you can, like as any hero would. And that's about it. This is really just showing that, and this is the fight right here. So I hope you have, you know, learned something, or at least enjoyed the video a little bit. And if you like it, if you want to see more Marvel Heroes videos, you can check out my channel. I do have a ton of Marvel Heroes videos. And yeah, other than that, I stream every night. If you want to check out my stream, I will put a link to that in the description. And for the most part, I don't know, I want to say Spider-Man's my main again. I feel like finally Spider-Man has come back home. There was a little patch there where, you know, we weren't seeing eye to eye, and I was using other heroes as my main character. But Spider-Man seems to be able to fulfill the role again as my main. I'm super pumped about that. And I guess that's all I got for it. I mean, he's a powerhouse. I really enjoy it. I'm sure I'll tweak his build here and there, but this is what I've been rolling with since the update, and it works out really well. So I just want to say thanks a ton for watching, everybody. I'm Degen. This is Marvel Heroes. All things Spider-Man 2. Have a great day. See you later.